What's going on, boys? And welcome back to the weekly recap. This is the week 17 edition and the final episode of the 2025 season. A great season, boys. Overall, I was telling this to Sarah yesterday because I genuinely liked it. I loved the effort from everyone this year. I felt like it starts by setting the precedent by a destination draft. Everyone flying to Chicago. We got 8 members for that. And I feel like that translated into our Discord. I feel like effort was at an all-time high. And I feel like even though we had like some high end teams, pretty much everyone in the league was trying until the final week. So very appreciative of the draft of this league for from a commish perspective. And yeah, hopefully we're serious about Denver next year and we keep this going. All right, without further ado, actually I've been having this play in the background. I haven't looked at this yet. All right. Look, 11 seasons. This head to head was neck and neck. What matchup is it? Me and Finn's where he knocks me out of the playoffs. Sweet. All right. The Sharks shine the brightest. Who's my fantasy MVP? Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, okay. Shut this off. Draft day steal. Yeah, Olave. But yeah, Jalen Hurts being my fantasy MVP. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, fucking right. He's the reason I'm not in it. Oh, I wasn't in it. Yeah, what a fucking joke that was. Wow, that pissed me off. Wow, that got me kind of mad. All right, man. Without further ado, let's recap this matchup here, fellas. Oh shit. Oh, let's make me tinier. All right. So Ray is the Dazed and Confused fantasy football champion. Upon his return, his second season back, and he wins a shit before, like, what is it, like 70% of the league? It's something stupid. That's just insane that Ray wins it, but he does. He kind of never figured out the wide receiver position throughout the whole season, too. But they don't show up in the championship game, and it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Ray never traded Lamar or Justin Herbert. He just held them all year, and it was perfect. Actually, when you think Lamar was hurt and Justin Herbert was playing Houston, it could have went a lot worse. But the MVP of this matchup, we have to bring up Bijan. He made this not close. Originally, Phil had some hope, but Bijan getting 37 put a nail in the coffin, kind of made it a blowout. What is this, 18, 19-point victory? Yeah, little above 18. That's crazy. Great defense kicker start, 20 points. But it's been Ray's formula the whole season. Is this running back like trio he's got. Javonte Williams, Chase Brown, and Bijan Robinson carried him to a championship. We could think Phil's team is as deep as you think it is, but if we actually even look at it, he can't get any more points. And now I know, like, starting Giants defense over Chargers maybe would have been smarter. That's a 17-point swing, and then like what? You don't have the Davis Allen start. Maybe it's there. Maybe it is there. But at the end of the day, man, I really do think this was Ray's regardless. Because like overall, what I would have done, I probably would have still played Chargers defense because they were good all year. Giants defense, I'm a Giants fan, has been bad. We have personnel, but we can get pooped on by like the Commanders, like by Marcus Mariota. 0 points for the for the team against the Commanders. We've had double-digit performances twice in the last 2 weeks, and that was it all season. Before that, you're not seeing us score like on average, I think we're like averaging 4. A lot of negative. Yeah, like there's no way you look at this Giants defense every week and think it's a must start unless it's playing the Raiders. And he had Genty. So it's really hard to really just for sure say, oh, the Giants defense is the difference maker here. I don't think yeah, I guess he did leave tight ends on the bench, or he did leave points on the bench, but Jake Tongs was just a substitute for Phil to not play him when Kittle was announced out. All right, couldn't speak there. What the hell? But that's it. Yes, Ray's the fantasy champ. I'm gonna just brush over the third place game. Josh gets absolutely smoked. Um, Finn also scores 139, and in our rules, he does take money off everyone he outscores in the championship game, which is both of them. So he robbed them of money too. But yeah, Finn gets a little more than league entry fee. He makes some money this year. Josh makes not Josh. Josh makes no money this year, sadly. Phil makes some money this year, and Ray is our big champion, getting the grand prize, the grand total. And that's it, fellas. That was us. Well, that's our champion, first, second, and third. You got Ray, Phil, and Finn. Here's what the final standings look like in the season. We have Mark, who told he was going to wear a banana suit for finishing last. We'll see if that's actually the case. I finished 8th. Yeah, I wasn't even the best in the consolation bracket, but whatever, man. I thought the team did pretty well. Here's our points for leader this year. Finn went fucking stupid. I'm gonna see if 715 is like even close to record. I'm gonna look that up when we look at stats. Points against 1586. I don't think it leads to any records, but looking how many people actually had this many points scored on them shows that it was kind of spread out this year. I feel like there's usually a guy who gets really, really shafted, but no, I think the highest points against are all pretty like relatively close. Now, no, it's not great to see 114 average, 112 average, but I think a lot of people were getting that. Somehow getting a 110 average and averaging 115. Yeah, interesting choice. Now, here's this season. I wanted to look at the stats through Devin's website. The most unlucky team, not a surprise to me. The most lucky team is Ray. Was Ray lucky? Actually, do you want to see that? Where was he in points for? Middle of the pack, as middle as you can get. Where is he in points against? Second lowest. That's kind of lucky, man. And he's only 0.7 off lowest. Hey, fantasy works in mysterious ways, man. I mean, everything has to go right. And sometimes when you look at it, it goes a little too right for one person. It gets you a little upset. Positional averages. Austin, best quarterback. Josh Allen. Okay. Finn's running backs finish at 42.6. I find out that is better than Brian's finished, or at least relatively close. But yeah, Jonathan Taylor and CMC, I think, outproduced Saquon and Gibbs last year. Kind of insane. Finn also leads in wide receivers since he had JSN this year. My wide receivers kind of tuck it off. But don't play with my flex position or my tight end position. I know Mateo's Trey McBride, but like I'm playing Ferguson, Kittle. I had Kyle Pitts, man. Let's not forget tight end too. Love Kyle Pitts, man. I'm the best flexer of all time. It's like 14.6. I think that's just because I have 3 good receivers. Put Pickens in the flex most weeks. Dick of the kicker gets it done. Almost got it done for me in that final regular season playoff game or regular season game that would have got me into the playoffs. And the defense was some pretty good starts too. Kind of swapped my defenses. But let's look at the overall standings now that this season has concluded. Playoff appearances. Me and Mateo still lead with most playoff appearances, 7 in 11 years. But Ray, not high here on the win total, obviously. Only has 5 seasons compared to some 11. But Ray's winning percentage goes up into the top 4 this season. He passes Vinny. Vinny has his worst season in Koi history. And Ray somehow only 3 games over 500, which is kind of funny. But uh, I think what is I actually do want to look at this. Everyone is skilled and unlucky except for Austin. Is that Austin? No. Who? I wish I could see names. I don't recognize. I don't recognize pictures. Is that Vinny? I don't know. Whatever. Oh yeah, here are the stats, and that's that's kind of it, fellas. It's a 10-minute video. It probably shouldn't even been 10 minutes. I kind of extended it, but yep, that's it for the season, fellas. Again, I appreciate y'all like immensely. Thank y'all for playing, and we'll be back and more bullshitting, more bullshitty next year. All right, fellas, thank y'all for watching, and see y'all in like 9 months. Peace.